Daddy born poor, Mama was too. Walking through the snow, plastic bags on their shoes. Papa selling houses, sleeping in a car. Four babies in the backseat, underneath the stars. Well, hey, hey, just work a little harder. Hey, hey, punching that clock with work and prayer and a little bit of luck. Make so much money, need a 10-ton truck. Ha, 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 ha.
Hey, good afternoon. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. So glad you could join me this Monday afternoon, February 12th, 2024, day after the Super Bowl. It's a minute past 3:30 p.m. And here at Forex Smart Trade, our mission is simple. We want to help you change your life by teaching you how to successfully currency trade with our simple yet highly predictive and accurate proprietary trading indicators. And the purpose of this session is to show you one of the trades, one of the dozen trade strategies we have. This is the one I use. It's called the 10-point trade, so that you can evaluate for yourself and see how effective and easy to use our signals are. But before we start, we need to listen to this guy, so let us get going.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
One of the great things about the program is that we do these live trades. We've got the one this afternoon. I do 3 a week, the one you're at right now, and then again on Tuesday and Thursday morning at 6:30. And then every afternoon at 4:15, I also send an overnight trade setup with a little video showing you how I figured it out. Once you become a regular member, we do a live trade like this every morning at 10 a.m. and again most evenings at 10 p.m. And one of our secret sauces is that our continuous training. Every Wednesday evening, we have a training session. Every Saturday morning, we have a training session. So this isn't kind of a one and done. You pay us, we show you something, and then good luck. We are with you for an entire year, working with you, making sure that your trading gets better. And we're so confident that it does work, is that once we've trained you, we let you trade with our money. Now, I work off of a checklist. Checklist helps me stay focused and make sure I'm not missing anything, especially when you get to be my age. It's easy to forget things. A good habit is to restart your green chart every day. Actually, I didn't do it this morning, so hopefully it's not going to come back to bite us. In fact, I'm going to probably restart my green chart when we get off of this, but I didn't want to restart it before the session because I was going to reboot the computer and I didn't want it to take a long time, and I had stuff up that I didn't want to lose. Good practice at the end of every day. You want to take a look at the trades you made that day, specifically the trades that didn't go the way you wanted, and figure out why. And one of the great things about our simulator or our indicators is it's got the simulator built in. So you can go back to a specific time and look at specifically what the signal was at that time and see, go through each line and figure out what was it that made this trade not go the way I expected. Now, sometimes and you can do everything right and it still go wrong. But that exercise is immensely helpful in helping you become better. And the whole key of this is so that you're able to make money. And by missing those couple bad trades can be the difference between making money and not making money. So we want to do everything we can to eliminate stupid mistakes. We are technical traders. What that means is our indicators are based on the price action and are very good at predicting where the market's going to go. If we can predict where the market's going to go, we can make some money off of it. However, news events do impact currency prices. So we want to know what those news events are so that we can trade around them. And the best place to get that, I think, is forexfactory.com. Forexfactory.com breaks news events down into 3 categories. Yellow, which is low impact. I tend to ignore those. Orange, which is medium impact. And red, which is high impact. These are the guys I want to trade around. And right now, let's just update this and it'll, the next item coming, we don't have any red items coming up except this New Zealand one tonight at 9 p.m. Any trade that we take on the New Zealand dollar off of the 1-hour chart should be closed by this time, so we should be okay. But let's keep that in mind. And then overnight, there's some stuff on the pound. And I don't trade it is the Chinese yuan, bank holiday. Japan is coming off of a bank holiday today. So I'm going to think about that in taking any trades on the yen because it's coming off of we will think about it as we take a look at the overnight trade on the pound yen tonight. So with that, let's go in and take a look. As I mentioned, we've got about a dozen different trade signals. We start you off on simple signals and add some complexity to it. And then as we start to train you, we develop a customized trade plan based around your availability to trade and your risk profile. This one suits me, the 10-point trade. I trade it off of a 1-hour chart, which means I can generally get in and out of a trade in 1 to 3 hours. On a 1-hour chart, trades are going to be worth anywhere from 5 to 35 pips. My sweet spot is 11 pips. If I can carve 11 pips out 3 times a day, I am doing terrific. And that's my goal. And I average just a little bit above that. And basically what this trade's trying to do is the chart has 3 sections. It wants the lines, the majority of the lines from each section to line up in one direction. And when we get that, we've got the high probability of the trade going in the direction we want, where we can carve out 11 pips. So with that, let's kind of jump right in and see what we have. Chart I am trading off of is the light 6 major. It's one of the standard charts. I kind of call it a composite chart because it's showing us 6 different currency pairs. These are all US based off of the 1-hour chart. When I start my analysis, I start with the middle section of the chart, which is the what we call the majors and minors. The red and green line is the major indicator. The black and gray line is the minor indicator. This horizontal blue line is the overbought line. When the market is overbought, that's a good time to sell. And specifically when the market's overbought and all the lines are going down. So if I were able to catch this, all the lines going down, and I would have been able to carve out 10 pips here off of this move, picking it up here and starting to ride it through the channel. So that's what I'm trying to do. So this horizontal red line is the oversold line. When the market's oversold, that's a good time to buy. And I'd like the lines to be underneath here pointing up. So it's just that simple. The lines are above pointing down, the lines below pointing up. Here, we were overbought. Everybody's going down. And the third element I'm looking for is I want the red line on top and the black line on top. We have that here. What I don't like is I don't usually take a trade when we're beyond the halfway line. The green line is beyond the halfway line. I don't worry where the position of the a minor indicator is, the black and gray. That can have run through the channel, but I do care where the major indicator is, and specifically that green line. If it's less than halfway, we can usually get 11 pips out of it. Now, hey, can I get 11 pips if we're overbought and it's going up? Yes, you can. You can see it right back here. But it's just not part of my trade strategy. Here we're overbought. It's going up. Oops, come on. Not let me crank it there. But that's over. That's 11 pips, and it's only so it's maybe 13 pips over the course of 2 hours. Let's keep moving. Pound USD, similar to the Euro USD, overbought. Everybody's going down. I've got the double cross. We are less than halfway here, so that is good. The thing I don't like is one of the things I look at is the slope of the green line. And the slope of the green line is, it's more than 45 degrees, which I do like, but I don't like when we're going from more steep to less steep. So here the line is pretty steep and it's getting less steep. So when that happens, it tells me the move is kind of running out of gas. So I tend to avoid those. Like here, we are less steep and we go to more steep. So here, this is good to jump on at this point. But at this point, it seems to be running out of gas. So I'm going to pass. A Canadian dollar, we're just reaching overbought. Majors are just reaching overbought. Minors are sideways. Gray line's going down. Black line's going up. Dollar Swiss franc, oversold. Everybody's going up. Double cross. Green's on top. Gray's on top. Green is less than halfway. We still have that kink. Say that kink didn't bother me. This kink isn't quite as steep as this kink. And the steepness on this green line is pretty good. It's well greater than 45 degrees. So say that the kink didn't bother me. My next step is to go up to the TNTs and count how many lines are supporting the buy signal I see here. So the two orange lines, the thin orange line is going up, thick orange line is going up. So both of those are telling me buy. The blue lines are inversely related. And each of the lines are measuring something at a different speed. The thin orange being the fastest and the thick blue being the slowest. So the two blue lines are going down. That's telling me buy. So all four are telling me buy. I want to have a minimum of 3 out of the 4 telling me buy. Then I am going to jump to the pressure, and I want either both lines going up pressure supporting the buy, or I want the green line above the red line. So here I've got sideways pressure. What makes it sideways is the green line's going up, the red line's going down. I want up pressure. And again, the key is if I get all 3 sections, since each section is measuring something different, if all of those agree, the chances are better than average that the move's going in that direction. So the key is being patient enough to wait for it. So we're going to pass on this. Dollar yen, we've got disagreement. The majors and minors are in the middle of the channel. Majors are going down, minors are going up, so we don't have agreement. So I've cloned this chart and added 6 more pairs that are non-USD. So let's take a look. Euro pound, we're in the middle of the channel. We don't have everybody going up here. The black line on the minors is going down. So we're going to pass. Australian dollar, yen, we're just about reaching oversold on the majors. It's going down. Minors have started to turn, so nothing there. Euro, Canadian dollars, we're just reaching overbought. Majors going up, minors have turned. Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, everybody's still going down. Minors have gotten to the oversold. Majors are about 3/4 of the way. Pound yen. Majors coming down. Green line is very steep, 3/4 of the way. Minors have started to turn. So because it's more than halfway, we're going to pass. Now here's a case where if you were to have taken this trade, there's no movement on it. Here's a signal. It's a pretty good signal. But the problem is Japan is on holiday. So there's no volume behind it. No volume behind it. Now it's approaching morning in Japan, and it's 9 o'clock in the evening. So all the volume's gone. So even though we have the signal here, because of the time of day, neither of these pairs are prime time. And when I say prime time, I mean actively trading. The signals work better when they're actively trading. So if we're trading off of a 1-hour chart, I want one of these to be daytime, and neither of them are. And you can see that even though we got like kind of a good move here, it didn't make any impact on the candles. Euro, Australian dollar, just reaching overbought, minus starting to turn. Majors just reaching overbought. So again, we've cloned it. Let's go to the next group. Canadian dollar, yen, just reaching oversold. Majors going down, minors started to turn. Euro, New Zealand dollar, just reaching overbought. Majors going up, minors are going down. Got almost a clone of this here. Pound, New Zealand dollar, of what we're seeing on the Euro, New Zealand dollar. So nothing there. New Zealand dollar, yen. We don't have agreement between the majors and minors. New Zealand dollar, USD, again, no agreement between the majors and minors. Euro, Swiss franc, oversold, everybody going down. So again, we've cloned it. Australian dollar, Canadian dollar. Majors are going down. Minors are sideways, so we're going to pass. I don't like the kink in the majors here. Swiss franc, yen, majors going down, minors sideways, so nothing there. Euro, yen, everybody's going down, reaching oversold. Pound, Australian dollar, majors reaching overbought, minors have already turned. New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc, oversold, majors, minors starting to turn, and Canadian dollar, Swiss franc looks almost the same. Majors oversold, minors starting to turn. So we get nothing. So we've just gone through 24 pairs using that one signal and didn't see anything. Now, one of the things about trading is that we will teach you multiple signals. So let's go back. I've got another signal that I sometimes use when I'm looking for a trade. It's called the thick orange line signal. Thick orange line signal is a scalp trade, and we're going to take it off the 1 hour chart. You can also take it off a 30-minute chart. I want one pair to be actively trading while we're taking the trade, and we'll take that trade when there's 5 minutes left in the hour. So let's take a look. We've got 8 minutes left. We're going to start looking now, and if we see the setup when it gets to under 5, we'll take the trade. But what it does is it looks for the position of the thick orange line. And the thick orange line is a scaled number. It goes from 0 when it's as low as it can go to 10 when it's as high as it can go. When the thick orange line number is at 0, it thinks there's no more down in the move. If there's no more down in the move, that is a good time to buy. So the question is, how do we confirm that? So here we're at 0.77. So we're looking for 0 or 10 or within 1 point. So this is within 1 point of 0. So we've hit criteria 1. My confirmation is what is the position of the red line on the majors? And in this case, it's oversold and going down. So I've got part 1, and it's just got out of part 1. Here is part 2. It's all right. So both of these meet the criteria, and both of these, the red line, are down. I am going to say, of these two, I'm going to take this as a trade. We're going to come back and take a buy. I want to wait till there's 5 minutes left on the NZD CHF. And the reason I'm going to take it on this versus this is it's 11 o'clock. It's 7 hours in Switzerland. So it's 11 o'clock there. So this is non-prime time. In Canada, we're about to go off of prime time. Canada's our time zone. But New Zealand, 14 hours difference. So it's approaching 6 in the morning. So it's approaching prime time. So with this, we're going to go ahead and take this one. But let's see if we got any others. So 8 isn't close enough. 0.3, that's within 1 of 0. But look where my red line is. It's in the channel. So this is telling me there's more down, where this is telling me it doesn't think there's any more down. 1.5, not close enough. 0.5, yes. Or 0.4, yes, that's close enough to 0. But again, this is telling me there's more down. So we're going to pass. And I'm just going to keep looking here till we can take this when there's about 3 or 4 minutes left. 1 isn't close enough. 0.8 is close enough, but my red line isn't down far enough. New Zealand dollar, 0.4, yes. Red line isn't far enough. 0.7, no. 9, yes. That's within 1 of 10. Red line, I want that red line beyond the blue line. So no. 0, yes. But look where my red line is. It's just touching. I want it to peek through. I want it peeking through. Maybe like this one is over here. Maybe like this one is over here. Ideally a little bit more. So we also have a buy on the euro Swiss franc. But what's the problem? Both of these are non-prime time. So we're going to pass on that. So let's see what else we got. 9, yes, that's within 1 of 10. But no. 0.6, yes, but red line isn't where it needs to be. No. 0.6, yes, red line isn't where it needs to be. 10, yes, red line is just shy. I want it up here. 1, no, no. 5 isn't close enough. 8.9 isn't close enough. 8.7, 0.2, yes. But look where my red line is. My red line is just a third of the way into the channel. 0.7, yes. Red line is only halfway into the channel. This is telling me there's more down. 0.7, yes, more down. All right, so let's go back to our New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc. This guy, 0.9, yes. Red line is below the red line, yes. So we're going to go ahead and take a buy. So you can take it in your simulator, or if you're using MetaTrader, we're going to open up MetaTrader. This is a demo account I'm showing you. So I'm going to go to New Zealand pound, Swiss franc. So file, new chart. I'll probably be down in this third category here, New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc. Swiss franc, a New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc. We're going to make it a 1-hour chart, so we're looking at the same thing. We've got a half a pip spread, or 0.7 of a pip spread, which is about the max I'll do for a trade like this. So my lot size is a function of how much is in the account. To figure out what my lot size is, I'm going to move the decimal place over 4 spots. So 1.11. I can take anywhere from half of that to double that. I am just going to take the 1.11. So 1.11, market execution, market buy. And then I'm going to right click on it, go to modify. And I can put in the parameters and it'll do the math for me. So this trade is worth 5 pips. So 5 pips equals 50 points. And I press this little blue button and it does the math for me. And based on the accuracy of this trade, we can use a 4-to-1 for a stop loss. So 5 pips equals 200 points. I just add an extra 0 here. Click the red button, it does the math. And I want to make sure I get my full 5 pips. So I just want to verify where we got in. We got in at 0.5368. So I'm going to go to 537373734 to get my full 5 pips. So modify, and it drops in my stop loss and take profit. So I am going to expect this trade, because we're in the last hour of trading, this may take 3 hours to close, because between 5 and 6, nothing will happen. There's a chance it can close before 5 o'clock, but if it doesn't, it'll be 3 hours. All right, so we took a buy on the here. Let me read out the coordinates so that you've got them. A buy on the NZD Swiss franc with a take profit of 0.53734. Take profit of 0.53734 and a stop loss of 0.53484. 0.53484. All right, it is now, we have moved into the last hour of the trading day. And I am going to show you my overnight trade. So this is a different, again, another trade signal. So you've seen two. You've seen the 10-point. You've seen the thick orange line. This is the overnight. And the overnight I am doing off of a day chart. And this signal is very, very simple to figure out. You don't have to do any calculating. You didn't see me do any calculating because we didn't find a 1 hour trade. But the take profit is simple to figure out. It's fixed. And if you see the signal, you just take the trade. But you can only take it in that last hour of the day. So between 4 and 5 Eastern time. So what I'm doing is I am looking at what the green line on the major indicator is doing. Green line on the major indicator is sloping down, telling me sell just barely. It's in the middle of the channel or 3/4 of the way into the channel, sloping down. Sloping down. Euro USD is, so to confirm this, so this is telling me sell, although now it looks like it's flat. Looks like it's flat. Well, I'm going to assume this is down. My eyes are kind of playing tricks on me here, but let's assume it's down. This is flat, so flat doesn't agree with down. And then I also confirm it with the 8-hour chart. 8-hour chart, green line's going up. So I don't have agreement here. So if this is flat and this is flat, there's no trade. Flat is no trade. If it's going down, there's no trade because this is flat and this is up. I don't have agreement across the board. I want all three to agree. All three agree. That's an 11 pip trade. It's going to close somewhere between 9 p.m. and 3 a.m. You set it and forget it. So we don't have a trade here on the Euro USD. Let's see if we have a trade on the pound yen. Also works on the pound yen. Oversold. Green line is going up with a duck bill. Duck bill, here's his bill, here's his head. So that's telling me buy. Go to the 12-hour for confirmation. I can't quite tell if this is a buy or an up. Oh, I hate that. We have a buy, a clear buy on the 8-hour. This looks like it's going up. This looks like it's going up. But you know what? Since it's not clear enough to me that it's going up, I'm going to pass. I'm going to pass. I want it to clearly be going up, not just kind of barely going up. So this trade, if I had all three of these, the day, the 12, and the 8, and they all agreed, we would take 22 pip buy with a 66 pip stop loss. So a 3-to-1. But I'm going to pass. I always like to give you a trade, but it's a lot harder to make money if you have to work to come back from a loss from one of your trades. So my strategy is I'd rather not take a trade if I'm not sure about it and not have to work back from being in a hole. So we're going to pass. So there's no overnight trade. We didn't see a good trade on the pound yen. Actually, let's just take one more look at something. Now we're in the middle of the channel here, so that is okay. So we get room. You can see I've got support and resistance lines drawn because I actively trade this and I want to see where the price is. So we don't have an issue there. Let's take a look on the Euro USD. We're in the middle of the channel there too. One more, take a look here. Yeah, nothing. All right, gang, I apologize. No overnight trade. We did take the one trade, the buy trade on the New Zealand Swiss franc. Take profit of 0.53734, 0.53734. Stop loss of 0.53484. Stop loss of 0.53484. Join me tomorrow morning at 6:30, and we'll see what kind of trades we can find then. If you want to change your financial destiny, trading can do that. It has done it for me. I started trading a little over 4 years ago, and I wish I figured it out 40 years ago. But you are where you're at, and that's the best place to start. So if you want to learn to trade, we can teach you. That's my only interest. Step one is for you to see that it works. That's why we offer the trial. Step two is if you like the trial, you see that it works, you're confident that it works, and you like it, we're going to recommend additional training. We do charge for that training, but we'll go over the economics of that and see that it makes sense. After you've traded a little bit, especially if you haven't traded, you'll have a more realistic picture of what's realistic and what's not. And then if you like it, we'll get you set up and get you going. And again, we're so confident we'll let you trade with our money. All right, thanks so much, and we'll see you tomorrow morning, 6:30. Bye-bye.